What's up, everyone? It's your boy Josh here again. Today I'm doing something I've wanted to do for years but never have, and Santa Claus was nice to me this Christmas, so I'm going to add this Mittler Brothers bead rolling table for bead roller art to my 36-inch bead roller. I have a bunch of dies for my bead roller. I've been buying art dies here and there over the years, and I've always wanted to do it, just never have. And mentioned it to Santa Claus in passing at PRI, and lo and behold, it showed up for Christmas. So the idea is, take some aluminum. See if we can get it to lay out artwork like that. This is a Jamey Jordan stencil. This will support the weight of the material as we run it through the bead roller dies, and eventually, maybe with lots of practice, I'll be able to make some cool stuff. So doesn't take much. Seems like, I don't know, Mittler Brothers kind of shitty with the directions, man. Be nice if you had a few more details on your directions. Not bagging on them or anything, but the bead roller was supposed to come with directions in a template. It did not ship with one. Shit happens, whatever. And it's the day after Christmas. Mittler Brothers isn't open, so went to Staples, and having the they're printing the template off. They do have the template online, so that was a nice saving thing, because maybe they're closed until after New Year's, and then I'd have been pissed. So seemingly there's much to it. A couple 9/16 inch wrenches. This bolt with these spacers will go in this back hole here. This area that's notched out will rest on that black shaft there. So the template tells us where to locate the holes, and so we can drill those out. I'm probably going to add these washers to the equation just because I don't like the head of bolts rubbing on stuff. 1/8 inch, 1/4 inch, 3/8 inch bit. These are both 3/8 inch. I like to step up. You don't necessarily have to have a mechanical punch. I happen to have one, so I'm going to use it, but I mean, you can also use a hammer and a punch. So we're going to try and decipher the template a little bit. This is kind of could use a little. I'm dumb. Some Mittler Brothers, some of us are dumb. We need a little extra help. So I'm gonna wipe this down real quick so that I can put the template on there and tape it down and get it set in place, and hopefully I figure out exactly where it's supposed to go. And once I do, I'll explain that to you as well. Unfortunately, on their website they do have instructions for this machine, or for adding this to the machine, but it literally is just a picture of this table on probably like a 24-inch machine. It's smaller than this one, with the table flipped up. Really is no step-by-step on how we lay out the template or any of that stuff. Could spend a little bit more time on the directions. Alright, so got the template here. Had 2 of them printed off. Something that would be nice, like maybe if they had a picture on here of a bead roller frame, and it clarified what 4.5 inch, or well, 4.5 inches is a tape measure. But if it would clarify from in the bead roller frame exactly what that was, if that was from here or if that's from this edge. Yeah, so I'm going from this edge, which is leaving a bigger gap than a lot of the pictures I see. And so if I move those holes back about that inch there, kind of looks more like the pictures I see online. But for right now, I'm just going to go off, I'm just going to say that it's this edge. I don't know, you know, it's like I say, a little bit better instructions would be helpful with stuff like that. Yeah, so let's say just a simple picture right here showing which edge they're talking about and where the template sits. Make things a lot clearer. So anyhow, I'm going to take my center punch, line it up here. So for 24, 36, and 42, where's that on the other side? Oh, here you go. Sorry. So A holes are for 36 and 42. B holes, or if you have a 24-inch roller. So I'm sticking it in the A hole, and just tap it a couple times. This a lot more adjustability this way, so not so pro tip. And just like everybody else, everything's a hammer. 9/16 inch wrench to the rescue. Snug it up. It's got a nylock bolt on here, so I'm not gonna crank it down all the way. Like I said, I don't want the you know, I don't want any part of this rubbing or prematurely wearing out. Not that I'm going to use it a ton, but still, there's just not a lot of meat here from this hole. So all in all, not that horrible to install. And I know it may have sounded like I was complaining a little bit. Take that back, which is my fault here. It looks like the hole is a little off, so I'm gonna have to fix this hole on the other side there, so that the table you can see it's, there we go, it's touching, it's a little bit off. this corner is pushed forward. So no biggie. I'll just take a Dremel and slot that hole back a little bit, and then I'll get everything square and where it needs to be, and then I will just weld that hole back up. No big deal. So let me do that, and then we'll try some stuff out. All right, so use my Jamey Jordan stencil for this V8 project. Majority of this is outside, but these lines are extruded. So we're going to flip this over, do this first, and then we'll come back and do the rest. One thing I just noticed, I didn't put this line in back here, so I'll go ahead and put that in. We'll put all our extruded lines in first. I don't have the dies that they recommend, but the dies that I do have should get the job done. And if it doesn't, it is what it is. We're going to find out, learn together. So I'm going to line the template back up, put this bottom circle in, and then watch me make masterpiece or screw this up royally on time lapse. See what happens.
Summer like rain, summer like healing, summer like pain. Show me, why do you care? I'm a black vulture, send me a prayer and I'll spread my wings in the sky. Let's go and wave like you see me now. Oh, no, we're flying high. Let's go and wave like you see me now. Hey, hey, tell me a story. You've been hiding yourself again. Turn your shame to glory and shake off the ball and chain. Call me insane, call me a fool. You're in the game, you play by my rules. Show me, why do you care? I'm a black vulture, send me a prayer and I'll spread my wings in the sky. Let's go, wave like you see me now. Ooh, yeah, oh no, we're flying.
All right, so my very first bead rolling art. Don't know that I call it art. Clearly, well, two things. I don't have the recommended dies, and I have very little experience in anything this intricate. I've done simple stuff, or more simple stuff previously. But the two dies that I used are as close to the recommended dies that I had. And unfortunately, like everything else, dies are expensive. So who knows when I'll get the actual dies. I'll probably pick one up here, one up there. Same thing everybody else does, as I can. But all in all, I know it's not perfect. I know it's not the best thing ever. I know there's a lot better examples out there, but I'm completely and totally happy with this for my first attempt. You know, yes, there's some control issues here. One of the things that I've learned is this panel should have been a lot bigger. It would have made it a lot easier to control. Maybe some of my lines would have been a little bit better, maybe not, but I did notice that making this panel this size, kind of hard to tell, but this size just barely gave me enough room to get my big ass hands. I mean, look at my hands compared to the panel. And it's not that big a deal to have left 6 inches every direction on this thing. giving me a little more room. See how close my hands are. Giving me a little more room to manipulate things and maybe possibly a little more control. Just speculating, guessing. I honestly don't know for a fact. But I can always share it afterwards if it needed to be this size. I mean, I think most panels would be larger, like a door panel or an interior panel or whatever. But again, I'm happy all the way around. You know, was a little bit of a journey, a few little bugs, but nothing that wasn't overcomable. Nothing that, you know, nothing that killed the deal or made this unusable. I mean, it works. Yes, I know there are people out there that make them and blah, 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 but honestly, for the money, this is well built, it's nice, dollars versus time, and material, etc. I don't see any sense in anyone building their own, to be honest, unless you absolutely just got free aluminum or free steel and whatnot. Otherwise, if you had to buy this 1/4 inch thick plate, it's got a nice bevel all the way around, inside and out, and the screws are countersunk, and you know, it's nice aluminum channel, angle rather, and all the work's done. I mean, what's your time worth at the end of the day? If you bought all this material, this size, and had somebody machine it out, laser it, water jet it, whatever, you know what I mean? For the few $100 it is, just buy it, I'd say. Spend that time learning. So, yeah, no scrap aluminum or steel is safe. Definitely learned some things, and happy with the table, and hopeful for the future on some stuff that I can do. I don't know, I'm not trying to do this as a career or anything. I just want to enjoy some stuff, you know what I mean? Make my shit a little cooler here and there. Maybe help somebody else out occasionally, but I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. Definitely not perfect. I'm sure there are better examples out there, like I said, but listen, we all start somewhere, and not that I'm trying to aspire to his level of amazingness, but I'll bet you even Jamey Jordan has a few of these laying around. So if you do decide that you want to do something like this yourself one day, and your first piece, your first dozen pieces come out like this, not perfect and a little lopsided, etc., fucking don't get discouraged. Just keep practicing and practicing. That's what I'm going to do, and look for some cooler stuff with some better lines and crisper shapes, etc., in the future. In the meantime, thanks for watching this video. I hope you learned something. Hope it helps you. If you need help installing your table, it really isn't that hard to do. Like I said, would be Mittler Brothers if you're watching. Be nice if the instructions were a little more detailed. But otherwise, great product, worth the money. I don't know. Tune in next time. See what we got going on this bad boy. Thanks.